Are you looking for MCAT tips to help you study? Well, if you are not alone. In the daunting 7.5 hours, the MCAT will test you on nearly everything you've learned during your first years of undergrad study. It's no wonder that most students feel completely lost when trying to determine how they can organize their MCAT study schedule, let alone when they should begin their study preparation. The truth is, knowing when to start studying for the MCAT will vary greatly between students, and is largely dependent on your level of knowledge and available time commitment. And in this video, I'll go over a series of tips to help you ace your MCAT and even the CARS section. Hi, I'm Natalie Stoberman and I'm an admissions associate here at BMO. Now before we get started, make sure that you subscribe on whatever social media channel that you're watching this on so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you'd like us to help you ace your MCAT, visit bmomcat.com to schedule your free initial consultation. And FYI, check out the timestamps in the description of this video so you can navigate to specific sections that you're interested in. Here's what we're going to cover: MCAT study tips, and tips to ace the MCAT CARS section. And we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions, so comment below for your chance to win. And we know the secret to successful MCAT prep that will help you ace the big exam. I'll explain more of that closer to the end of the video, so keep watching to find out. With that said, let's get started. MCAT study tips. Know what is on the exam. First things first, you need to understand what is expected from the MCAT exam. The online AAMC resource provides information about each MCAT section, as well as helpful video tutorials, sample questions, and explanations. Might be a good idea to print out the resource and reference it alongside your coursework when you're studying. It will give you a guideline as to what disciplines you should focus on and which sections of your studies to concentrate. Take practice tests. To prepare a study plan, you must first figure out your baseline with where you stand and how much you know. You should take a full-length MCAT diagnostic test to identify your strengths and weaknesses in the disciplines and areas covered in the exam. Unfortunately, practice tests are not usually free, but it's recommended to practice with the AAMC tests as they provide a scaled score. You'll get results with feedback and answers to all the questions, as well as the percentage of your correct answers in each section. A practice exam provides detailed explanations of your correct and incorrect answers, so you can learn as you're taking the test. And you'll be able to strategize which disciplines, concepts, and skills you need to strengthen and include them in your MCAT study schedule. Some sections may be easier and more familiar, while others will pose a challenge. Once you know which sections of the test that you must work on, you'll be able to gather the necessary resources and organize a plan to fill in the gaps. Review. Review what you studied or practiced during the previous day whenever you have time. Review the problem areas that you've identified in your plan, and regular revisions will help you retain information. But you don't always need to be in a formal setting for your review. You can practice on your way to school or work, or on the bus, even in the subway. Use free time to review small chunks of information that you've learned from the previous day. Time yourself. Practice timing yourself when you answer practice questions. When you review answers, try to analyze why you answer them correctly or incorrectly. In the case of a wrong answer, go back and review the discipline or concept to advance your level of knowledge. Prepare questions. Make sure to prepare a set of questions that you'll ask yourself after you read a textbook or watch a video. Your list may include questions like, how can I explain this concept to a friend? Can I think of a real-life scenario when this concept may be applied? How is this concept related to other concepts that I've already studied? Do I understand this concept? And if not, where can I find more information about this idea? Flashcards. Create your own detailed flashcards with concepts, vocabulary lists, and diagrams. Study with a partner or in a group. Try to include collaborative study into your schedule. You can try teaching each other and going through each topic that you find challenging. Use other people as sounding boards to ask questions, think out loud, and share knowledge. You can even quiz each other. Include a variety of topics. Schedule different topics into each study session to make connections and relate concepts to each other. Ask for help. It is normal to approach a professor with a list of questions that you may have about MCAT content. And while you study, keep a list of concepts that you struggle with and any other questions that you may have. Arrange for a meeting with your professor and ask for help with your questions. Summarize. Summarize what you learned from memory and create diagrams and charts that compare concepts. Check your summaries by using lecture notes, textbooks, or any of your other study resources. And summaries are a great way to revisit content that you already understand. This practice will cement your learning. Class. Join a class if you feel that you need more help than you can source by yourself. Tips to ace the MCAT CARS section. Many students find the CARS section as the most challenging part of the MCAT because it's very difficult to prepare for. But I have some tips that can help you ace the CARS section. 1. Active reading. How you read the text will greatly determine your progress in reading and understanding of CARS passages. So the number one strategy for acing your MCAT CARS section is active reading. Rather than simply skimming over the passages, it might be a good idea to read them out loud. And as you read, stop after each paragraph and identify its main point. You may want to highlight any keywords or sentences within the paragraph that you find important to the overall message of the paragraph. These can often serve as important supporting evidence, so make sure that you know what the words and concepts mean. Take time to look them up if you need to. And after reading each paragraph, summarize its main point in your own words and make sure that you understand what it is contributing to the passage at large. After you finish reading the passage, before you read the questions, use your own words to identify the main point or the central thesis of the passage. Think of the following questions to help you pinpoint the thesis. What is the topic of this passage? Or does the author feel good or bad about this topic? Using a specific paragraph within the passage, summarize what the author is doing. Are they giving an example to support or refute their main point? Are they comparing or contrasting concepts? Are they stating their own opinion? You'll notice how these simple questions help you understand the content and the structure of the passage. And with their help, you'll be able to dissect the passage, identify its main points, and pick out supporting evidence within the text. Remember, instead of focusing on names, dates, or any such details, focus on the main arguments that the author is making. The identifiers included in the passage will be incidental and therefore will not influence the main argument. 2. Practice reading challenging texts. Let's be honest. People who do well on CARS are the people who read a lot. Yes, some people start preparing for CARS only 4 to 6 months before they take the test, but the truth is, comprehension and analysis are skills that are acquired by extensive reading of complex and challenging materials. So ideally, students who are looking to do well on their CARS should start reading extensively 2 to 3 years before they even take the test. And if you don't have the luxury of time, I suggest that you habituate yourself to reading challenging material as much as possible and as soon as possible. Set aside at least 30 minutes of your day to read classics of literature, literary articles, journals, and other scholarly materials. It's normal to feel overwhelmed when you first start reading these materials. There might be times when you might not even understand a word that you're reading. However, keeping up with your reading will improve your comprehension and reasoning skills as you expand your vocabulary and broaden your perspective. Make sure that you apply the same system of identifying the main arguments and thesis to your practice reading. If you're reading an article, reflect on what the author's point of view is and identify the main theme of the article. Beware, it's not enough to practice for CARS using its sample passages and questions. You must do outside reading in addition to practice passages so that you can succeed on your CARS. Look to publications like The New Yorker, The Economist, or The New York Times, and make sure to dive into journals and literary classics. 3. Identify CARS question types. It is common for students to have trouble identifying the types of questions that they're facing. So it's vital to be able to identify the question category by yourself instead of relying on the AAMC to tell you what it is. Your answers will be hit or miss if you cannot successfully identify the question type. Remember, You should grasp the foundations of comprehension questions first, as it would be difficult to reason within or beyond the text if you don't have a good understanding of the text in front of you. If you're struggling with comprehension, part of your preparation for CARS should be asking yourself about the main point of whatever material that you're reading. If you're reading an op-ed article in the morning newspaper, ask yourself a variety of questions like, what is the main topic of this article? How does the author feel about this topic? And what points does the author use to support or oppose the main argument? As you continue to prepare for CARS by reading complex and diverse materials, get in the habit of asking yourself these types of questions. You'll soon notice that identifying arguments and main points becomes easier. 4. A step-by-step answer strategy. When you're ready to tackle the questions, start by carefully reading each question and the answers provided. If you're having trouble identifying the correct answer, follow these steps. Identify the question type. Identify the author's point of view and not your own. Remember the main thesis and arguments that you identified when reading the passage. What type of essay is in front of you? Is the passage a compare and contrast essay, a metaphoric text, a list of ideas, or a cause and effect article? If you do not understand a sentence, read it again. And if you do not understand it after several attempts, you can leave it and return to it a little later, or you can try looking up any words that are unknown to you. A good practice is to try to come up with your own answer before reading the answers that are provided to you. Once you have your own answer, you can then pick a provided answer that matches your own. Identify which are the clearly wrong answers and eliminate them from your list of choices. If you're stuck and cannot pick the right answer, you should pick the one that you think is the most correct and flag that question. Remember, MCAT is a time test. You only have 90 minutes for each section, so move on to the next question and come back to it later if you have the time. 5. Working on your speed. During the initial stages of your CARS preparation, you should not focus on time. You should focus on answering the questions correctly before you move on to working on your speed. Most students struggle to identify the correct answers in the initial stages of the CARS prep, and this is completely normal. When you start studying for CARS, your primary goal should be to identify the question types and slowly work on answering the questions correctly. Remember, CARS prep takes months of hard work, so your progress will depend on whether you practice with additional CARS passages and read complex materials. Only start working on your speed once you are consistently answering the questions correctly. When you begin timing yourself, start by giving yourself more time, then gradually working down to 10 minutes. Again, do not sacrifice answering questions correctly for speed. First and foremost, you must get comfortable with tackling the questions and identifying the right answer. Those are our tips to help you ace the MCAT. Check out our blog to read more about MCAT tips. I've included the link in the description of this video for easy access. And if you'd like us to help you ace your MCAT, visit bmomcat.com to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions about the MCAT that I didn't cover, let me know in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget that we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So comment below for your chance to win. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.